This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series Deluxe Class Stinger. The figure is part of the first wave of the Deluxe Class figures for the Studio Series of figures. And I picked up this figure at Artoys, and it looks pretty good. Pretty accurate, at least. Here is the insert it came with. Looks like the battle in China, in Age of Extinction. Yep, Age of Extinction. And here is the packaging. Very nice. Nice box art. Number 2. And finally, we get a Stinger that transforms into a Pagani huayra. And here's the rest of the assortment. Okay. Right off the bat, apart from being accurate as can be, it's pretty accurate. I mean, sure, there are things they could have improved on, but the sculpt, even the detail on the back, looks pretty darn accurate. And things are just falling off. Yep, he's got those spikes. Yeah, he's pretty light. The plastic feels cheap, very light, very flimsy, but I do like the sculpt. He's also very small. So just how small is he? Here he is with supposed Age of Extinction Bumblebee. They're almost the same height, but he stands at about just under 5 inches tall. Well, Bumblebee is about 5 1/4 inches tall. He's supposed to be like the twin design of Bumblebee, and it's just they made him better supposedly. So you can see the details on him like that. And I did a little bit of research, and here is the CGI render, or the Photoshop render of Stinger, and he's supposed to be very beefed up, muscular, just like Bumblebee how Bumblebee should have been. So I did some research, and here is supposedly how Stinger looks like. He's beefed up, just like Bumblebee. He's a little bit thin here. Well, this figure was pretty thin to be Bumblebee in Age of Extinction, but some of the details are pretty accurate. Like the feet, you've got details right there. Just need more muscle, more meat into him. But suffice to say, a lot of the things are pretty accurate. The chest area, the legs, the hands, fists, and as well as the head sculpt. The spikes, as you can see back there, they're right here. They're facing the wrong direction, but it's good enough. Okay, more size comparisons. Here is the Transformers Movie 1 Barricade, and boy, look how much these deluxes have shrunk. And this one's pretty heavy. I mean, good chunk of plastic. Light, medium, he's okay. And just so you know, here is the size comparison for a Legends class figure. I almost got it, just a little bit smaller. That'll be the size of a Legends figure. One last thing on the accuracy of the figure. This kibble right here, which forms the windows of the car, is supposed to be a Stinger blaster right there. It should be shaped like a claw, but this is Hasbro's attempt to do that. So I appreciate the effort, but it's not his Stinger rifle. Okay. All right. Articulation for the figure. He's got a ball jointed neck, no waist swivel or articulation because of transformation. He's got a ball jointed shoulder, ball hinge wrists, a ball hinge elbow. Sorry, no wrist swivel. Ball jointed hips. He's got a bit of a thigh swivel. Hinge knees, go up to there, go up to there, go up to there, there. toe articulation, and that's it. He comes packaged this way with these shoulder pieces up. I think this is how the instructions make him look out, like just like that. But I think a more accurate depiction is you should put it this way, just to cover his shoulders, because we always see him with the Pagani huayra's lights on his shoulders. All right, so let's transform Studio Series Deluxe Class Stinger. It's not a very enjoyable transformation, but the outcome is well worth it, I suppose. Okay, so let's start. First thing you want to do, you want to get rid of these. These things are, gosh darn annoying. I know they need it for accuracy for the character, but it's just not working for me. It's more of an inconvenience than a feature. Okay, so you fold that whole assembly like that, and then go ahead and lift up these pieces. These are going to form the fenders of the car, so we'll just put them off to the side like that. Go ahead and flip up the head all the way up, rotate the whole neck assembly. Remember, if the wheels are not positioned at this certain angle where the neck locks them in place, it'll be very difficult to rotate that neck assembly because it just clears those wheels. Okay, arms. Go ahead and unfold this. This one actually, the silhouette of this one looks more like his Stinger blaster, but it should be a little bit here. So had they put a rail, a mini pin here that could slide onto that form, that would have been really nice. But alas, they didn't. So that's how it transforms. Just raise it up like this for now, just to clear it, because everything needs to clear everything. Okay, let's do this piece first. And rotate that whole assembly. At first, you feel like you're gonna break it, but you won't. It's a very tight hinge. Same thing with this one. You feel like the first time you do it, it feels like you're gonna break it. Yep. But just keep at it, it'll be fine. Okay. All right. We'll leave it like that, and you can already see the car taking shape. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to fold the toes inward like that. Make sure the legs are straight, the thigh joints, ball joints are straight. Fold up the legs like this. Okay, and they are going to tab right there. Those sort of shallow pegs right there, they're going to tab in right there. Yeah, but before you do that, go ahead and unfold the rear bumpers of the Pagani. Okay, and they're supposed to tab in somewhere. Okay, right here, right there. And these are supposed to tab in right there, like that. And then this rear piece right here should just fold in like that. Okay. All right. All that's left to be done is really the arms. Let's do this one first since it's easier. Okay, and then this one last. Okay. All right. Just doesn't want to stay in. I don't know why. Okay. Go ahead and make sure that whole wheel assembly is straight like that. Go ahead and tab the fist right there, the rear fender. Okay, looks good. Okay, this one goes here. Okay, like that. All right, That side is done. Okay, now this one is trickier because it's got the whole window assembly and rear windshield on one side, so you're just gonna have to wing it. Go ahead and fold that hinge right there. And just scoot it over that whole roof assembly like that. This one just tabs in right here, and this one just tabs in right here. I mean, every step of the way you feel you're gonna break a tab or something. It's a good thing these are made of soft PVC. The side view mirrors are made of soft PVC materials. Otherwise, I would have broken that several times already. All right, so that's that. Oh, one last thing, the neck assembly. Go ahead and fold it like that. It should find a way to squeeze in like that. Pull it all the way in, otherwise it's not going to clear the wheel. There you go. There is Stinger in his Pagani Huayra alt mode. So these bits do scrape the floor a little bit. It's a less than a millimeter of clearance. It doesn't roll as well as I want it to. And these things, these annoying bits, they stay here, 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 so they'll stick out in alt mode, which just ruins that whole silhouette of the car. And they just add a little bit more drag to the roll. So here is his rival, Bumblebee. He's supposed to be the improvement. I have not seen an actual Pagani. I do believe it is a tad bit smaller than the Camaro. So there's a chance they could be in scale. So the length almost as long as Bumblebee, just a little bit shorter. Stinger right there, a couple of millimeters. Okay, he's there. Here he is with the last night barricade. A barricade is huge like that. He just dwarfs Stinger. Yeah. Yep. Some final thoughts on the figure. There's one thing going for this figure. It's amazing. Pagani Huayra alt mode. They knocked it out of the park, Hasbro. I mean, I used to collect Hot Wheels. I had some Paganis, and wow, it's an amazing car, and I think they nailed it with this figure. The robot mode is as accurate as it gets. This is as good as it gets. This is annoying, but it makes the figure look more accurate. It feels very light. The plastic, to me, is bordering on KO plastic material and legit. Colors are okay. Would have been nice if they used that universe side swipe type of plastic with a little bit of flake on it instead of just plain glossy plastic, and hence the lightness and just seeming poor quality of the plastic. I'm sure it's pretty good. It's a little bit softer, but again, I wish they had made firmer plastic. The sculpt looks great. It's terrific, but it is small. He is much smaller than your conventional deluxe. I know Hasbro is trying to scale everything in this new line, scaling with everybody, not with the other previously released figures, but to me, you know, there is a certain size for a deluxe class, and he's a little bit short. He is pricey at the moment. Out here in Manila, he probably retails for about $24 to $26, depending on which store you purchase it. I'm sure in the US it's much cheaper, but even at $20 or $22, I find it very difficult to justify purchasing this figure straight out on retail, given that it's diminutive. The plastic quality isn't as great as it used to be. The transformation is interesting, to say the least. Great looking alt mode, good enough, as accurate as can be looking. Robot mode, if you absolutely need a Stinger right now and it's a matter of life and death, go pick this one up on retail, but pay not a penny more than the retail price. If you can afford to wait for this figure, if you're not really in a hurry to get a Stinger, My suggestion is you just wait for this one on clearance. It's gonna go on clearance. I guarantee that. You wait 6 to 10 months. By Christmas of this year, it'll go on, and I'm pretty sure it'll be on clearance at 50 off or 45 off. I mean, really, if you're not in a hurry, there's no real reason to absolutely get it. But like I said, if you absolutely must have a Stinger, you need to complete your movie shelf just before the reboot, a couple of years before the reboot. I'm quite honestly, I'm not interested in completing the Movieverse figures anymore, because Hasbro is going to be rebooting the franchise, and I just want to keep the ones I absolutely love 100%. This figure is going to get, it's not going to get 100%, definitely, because of the things I said. It's going to get an 8.5 out of 10 for me. It's a decent figure, but not something you gotta go and hunt for and go get it. Just let it sit. Play the long game. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series Deluxe Class Stinger from Age of Extinction. Thanks for watching.